Alright, what's up? How are you guys doing? New solo leveling Rise video. Today we're gonna update the tier list. So we're gonna go over the changes in the tier list that we're gonna make, and also we're gonna place Goto, the new hunter. Spoiler, it's worse than I thought. I had high hopes. It's not as good as I hoped for. He's not bad though, don't get me wrong. We'll get over this real quick. But yeah, he's not gonna be broken, you already know this. Also, before this video starts, make sure you extend your support on the Netmarble program. There's a post on the YouTube channel. There's also a link on the Discord to do this. You just have to go on your support and click the extend support button. So you'll be able to be my supporter for Season 8. That's going to come out in a few days. Season 7 ends in 2 days. There's a few more codes that should come out during like Season 7 or like start of Season 8. We have like 2 more codes. So stay tuned for that, and I appreciate the support as always. Thank you. And obviously, special shout out to the top 10 supporters, all the NIDs, Kokodai, Moneymax, Beastworlds, Tartarus, and Deathbringer. I appreciate you guys a lot. Alright, so tier list time. We're gonna update a few hunters, and then we'll talk about Goto. First, I want to change is gonna be Beast Back, which I think deserves good, as I used him a lot more recently, and I think he deserves a bit of love. He's way more useful than Emma and Lightbake, to be honest. And yeah, so I'll put him in good. I don't think he goes any higher than this, because we don't really use him that much anyways. And he's still a dark unit. Dark team isn't used at all. So because of this, he'll still be in good. But I wanted to like point out that he is indeed better than those two. Another one that I want to change is Jinchul. Obviously, with the release of Goto, Jinchul went from good to honestly like barely decent. We're not going to use him at all, because Goto is just better in every way. Like as a support, as a breaker, as a DPS. Like everything he brings is better than Jinchul. Jinchul could even go in meh, if anything, because really, like, he's now pretty bad. I'll still put him in here because if you don't have Goto, he's still a decent option. But, you know what? Not really. Not really, because those you could still use them, even though they have their counterpart that came out. Jinchul, you just won't use him anymore at all. So, yeah, I think Jinchul goes in meh, sadly. It is what it is. Power creep happens. And then another one that I want to change, I believe, is gonna be... Well, I wanted... Here's the thing. If it was just me, I would 100% put Mirai here. And obviously the tier list is just me, but I also have to be like a bit objective on this. And I don't know if she deserves excellent when she isn't used that much and like doesn't have that much like game modes where you could play her. Assuming Simgate counts and assuming that Goto makes her better, I will put her in excellent. But you kind of have to have like a common sense on this. She's obviously not really used nowadays, but I do feel like she's excellent. And I usually don't put hunters very high if they're not used, but I feel like Mirai is kind of an exception, and you can use her in Simgate, so I guess that's where her saving grace is, to be honest. Because, for example, Alicia is very good, but you really never use her. And on top of that, the water team sucks ass. So yeah, I had a debate with myself considering Akari, because, I mean, she's pretty bad. Like, no one really uses her. So I was thinking about putting her down, but then I feel like you could still use her in some scenarios. Like POD, Guild Boss, all that, you could use her. So she'll stay in good. And now we can get on to the main topic. Goto Ryuji, the new Windbreaker. When he came out, everyone thought he was like just bugged, right? Because A5 didn't work, all that stuff. Turns out he is just not what it is. So thanks to Mouse, I think, that did the vid I was told about. His A5 actually works as intended. It's just the translation that was wrong. So obviously that kind of fucks up the hunter, because you go from being able to use the skill 2 more times to just having 2 more like hits on the skill. It's pretty different. And overall, he is like Mirai, very good as a hunter alone. Like he breaks really good. His damage for a breaker are pretty decent. His boosts are really, really good. And like overall, he's pretty fun to play. You're kind of forced to agree that right now you don't really have anywhere that you can use him in, except Simulation Gate, obviously, which, sure, Simulation Gate is great, don't get me wrong, but obviously it's not like the most played game mode ever. And for example, for demos, he's useless. But, there is one thing, and I feel like no one is talking about it, and it's kind of crazy to me. His support skill. He has, by far, the best support skill ever made. 100% damage increase on broken enemies. How stupid is this? Like, this is madness. Madness, complete madness. I don't understand why people don't talk about it more. I feel like he's gonna be a staple hunter for every BOT that includes breaking a boss with Song Jinwoo. Unless the boss has a wind resistance, which would mean that bringing Goto would debuff you. If the boss is weak to wind, or if the boss is weak to any other element and not resistant to wind, I think we're gonna bring him. Because 100% more damage is insanity. Like, I don't think we fathom how much it is. In my opinion, this is just insane. And I'm kind of shocked that people don't really talk about it, but I guess it is what it is. And just because of this, I think he's gonna be a staple for BOT, but obviously for a lot of other stages in general. Like, for example, in Deimos, when I do Deimos POS 10, right? Proof 10, now I bring him 100% more damage. Insane. You just melt Deimos. Like, if it wasn't for the phases Deimos had, and like at some point you can't damage him anymore because there's like thresholds, I would just destroy Deimos. Really, like, the damage he gives is insane. And just for this, I feel like he deserves very good at the very least, because that's just game changing. People don't really talk about it because I feel like they don't really think about like, oh, a support skill, that's cool. But I actually think he's insane for this. And that also makes me want to say to people that even if you're not gonna summon for him, you should maybe at least get one copy. Like, you know, A0 doesn't really matter, just in case, like on the next BOT, so you don't get cucked. You know, it could be useful to you. I'm just saying. So yeah, I think just for this, it's very good at the very least. Is he excellent? Most likely not, because obviously you can't use him everywhere, and the support skill is not going to carry the whole unit either. But I do feel like he deserves very good, and I think that looks pretty good. I didn't want to go over the whole Hunter roster again. I feel like it's going to be a bit of like a boredom to just go over every one of them each month when there's a new hunter. We'll do the weapon tier list next week, or like whenever the weapon comes out. I don't remember when it is. But yeah, basically we're gonna do that. For the weapons, I might go over every one of them because I think I haven't done one in a minute. I don't think I've ever placed the staff, for example. So yeah, that could be nice. And I don't think I want to change anything else. Guggen, Hijina, Ayla, Mirai, and Excellent. I feel like that's fine. Broken has like the main fire, DPSs, Esso, and Thomas. That sounds about right. And then pretty much the whole dark team in good because, yeah, obviously it's a dark team. Alicia in good. Yeah, I feel like that's fine. You could get Maylin in good too, but I feel like since she is a Song Jinwoo support, she gets that edge. And obviously, big loss for Jinchul, but yeah, I mean, Goto is just that much better. So I think it is what it is. I feel like now even Jinchul is worse than Kim, because Kim actually has Almighty Break, I think, or Heavy Break on his support skill. I think it's heavy. Rip Jinchul, I guess. He had to go. We're waiting for Jinchul 2.0 now. If you enjoyed the vid, let me know in the comments and also drop a like. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well so we can get those 6K subs. And make sure you join the Discord to hang out with me, get your supporter role, your membership role, all that stuff, you know. Get a few nice perks. Thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you guys in my next one. See ya.